Now, attack wins you games, but defense wins you titles. Sounds familiar? Well, Thomas Tuchel is no stranger to winning titles and has had great defenders such as Kimpembe and Hummels to help him to victory in the past. At the start of the window, Koulibaly seemed like the perfect defender to build a title-winning team around. However, the Senegalese powerhouse had some big issues with his defensive record, and this has resulted in Tuchel losing some vital games in the lead-up to his dismissal. So, here are some of the reasons why Koulibaly may have cost Tuchel his job. Now, Chelsea began their summer in the worst way possible by losing Antonio Rüdiger and Andreas Christensen, two defenders who were a major reason Chelsea won the Champions League in 2021. The solution to replace both was the world-renowned 6'1" centre-back, or so it seemed. Koulibaly tugged on the Chelsea heartstrings by calling John Terry to ask if he could wear his famous 26 shirt, a move which showed the fans his ambitions to replicate the club legend. However, cold water was poured on Tuchel as he saw firsthand a major problem that he may need to get used to: his disciplinary record. Kalidou has so far this season seen a red card against Leeds, a move which saw steam blowing from Tuchel's ears. With this red card, Koulibaly now owns a very unwanted record. He's picked up 6 red cards since the start of the 2017-18 season, which is more than anyone else in the top 5 leagues, according to Opta Joe. Now that equates to exactly a red card every season. Now, with Kalidou already picking up his first red card of the season so far, the Wall, as the Napoli faithful called him, is guaranteed to miss crucial games for Chelsea this campaign. This, however, is not breaking news to Tuchel, as his original choice was not in fact Koulibaly, but instead De Ligt, who has only 1 red card suspension so far from all the way back in 2017. Tuchel even went as far as to criticise the Senegalese sending off after the Leeds game, hinting at his frustration with this gloomy statistic that is lingering over the Chelsea centre-half. So, who knows if Tuchel would still be at Stamford Bridge if De Ligt was wearing the number 26 shirt and not Koulibaly. With Tuchel now reflecting over his sacking, he'll be looking at Koulibaly as a major reason for his failings. The Senegalese centre-back has accumulated 12 yellow card suspensions since the beginning of the 2014-15 season, meaning Tuchel knew he would become a defensive liability for him. The worst of Koulibaly's suspensions came in the 2019 Africa Cup of Nations, when he picked up 2 yellow cards in 3 games, meaning he was suspended for the final of the tournament against Algeria. Senegal lost the game, but maybe if their fearless captain was available, it would have been different. Now, speaking of AFCON, the tournament tends to be held in January every 2 years, which is also a very crucial time in the season to pick up points. Last season, Koulibaly missed 5 games for Napoli as he went on to win the competition with Senegal. Koulibaly has caused issues at Napoli with his absences due to AFCON. The president of the club, Laurentis, has even went as far as saying that Napoli would avoid signing any more African players unless they agree not to play in the AFCON due to the impact it has on the team in this period. Again, with the limited options at the back for Chelsea, if things don't go to plan in a hectic January fixture list, the next Chelsea manager may find himself in deep water with Chelsea's defensive options. So you would be excused for thinking that at 6'1", Koulibaly would be exceptional in the air, but this is where another ugly problem rears its head for the Senegalese skipper. In truth, Koulibaly's aerial duel success rate before this season was at an average 55%. At first glance, this may sound reasonable, but when you compare it with other players, it leaves a sorry taste in the mouth. Rüdiger, during his last 2 seasons at Chelsea, had figures of 69 and 73% in this category. Even 5'9" club captain Cesar Azpilicueta's aerial duel success rate is a solid 65%, almost 10 more than the much taller Koulibaly. Clearly, duels in the air are not his strong suit. However, not to worry Chelsea fans, we believe your club's latest move will prevent goals being conceded, as we'll explain soon. Now comes the biggest and most obvious problem when it comes to Kalidou Koulibaly. The defender is 31 years old, and despite looking on top of his game, age is a factor that even the best players in the world cannot escape. At his age, the deal to join Chelsea keeps him at the club until he's 35, and will most likely be the last long-term contract he signs. In the last 2 seasons alone, he's missed over 70 days due to injury. Now, given that Tuchel was also heavily depending on an aging 37-year-old Thiago Silva, Koulibaly's injuries may have been a problem, laying heavy in the back of a worried Tuchel's mind. With a new manager set to take over the Blues, however, there is one man who could alleviate these problems who we'll cover. But first, let's look into our crystal ball at Koulibaly's future. Now, we've all seen how aging defenders cope with hungry Premier League strikers. With the sand in the hourglass slowly running out, Koulibaly's ability will start to diminish due to his aging legs. Players like Jesus and Haaland still have plenty of running left to do and will be out to punish slow defenders, a category in which Koulibaly may end up soon. Chelsea fans will be hoping that this is still a while away though, as they want years of him at the top level. But there is a solution to this. Now, Tuchel's concerns about Koulibaly came to light during the German's last month at the club. Due to this, Chelsea have broke the bank to bring in Wesley Fofana, who would definitely be a good signing for Chelsea and Koulibaly. Fofana is quick, young and hungry, and also has an aerial duel success rate of 68% last season, which will definitely help with any aerial bombardment Chelsea may face. Although there are issues with Koulibaly, Fofana may complement the Wolves' weaknesses and form a partnership to look out for in the future. Fofana certainly is a player that is of significant value to any Premier League team, and at a price tag of £17 million, Chelsea fans will be excited to see one of the most expensive defenders ever play for their club alongside Koulibaly. Now, for every negative in this video, there are plenty of positives that can show why Koulibaly is still one of the best defenders in the world, and why Chelsea have put their future in his hands. But one thing is for sure, giving managers time at Chelsea has never been part of the club's DNA. Koulibaly was a signing Tuchel didn't seem keen on, and his failings in the first month of the new season has ultimately led to Tuchel's dismissal. Only time will tell if Koulibaly will be a success and whether 5 years from now, Chelsea fans will be singing songs of his great days or wondering what the club were even doing. That's it for this video. Hit the like button if you enjoyed it, and make sure to tell us what you think of Koulibaly in the comment section below. Also, make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you never miss out on any of our new content. Catch you next time.